Hello everyone, welcome to our Math Online Classroom. So kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe, mag-subscribe ka na. Okay? Sige. So we are still with our Module 2 and this time we are going to rediscuss Lesson 4 that talks about solving rational inequality. But this time we are going to use a method 2. This video is for the student na nag-request sa akin na if meron pa bang ibang way aside sa na-upload natin sa YouTube channel natin na mag-solve ng rational inequality. Actually, meron at ito nga yun, okay? So hopefully mas madali ito kaysa sa uh, na-upload kong una, okay? So let's start here, okay? So solve this rational inequality. F of x is equal to x plus 2 over x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0. Okay? So isa-solve natin yan, okay? So our step 1 usually is we're going to change or equate the rational inequality to 0. So yun yung step 1 natin. But then our problem is okay na siya. So tapos na siya. So we'll proceed with our step 2. Okay? So let's have our solution. So first, we are going to get the meaningful numbers, set both the numerator and the denominator equal to 0, then solve. Test the meaningful numbers. Okay? So kagaya din siya nung una. So we're going to set both the numerator and denominator equal to 0. So paano? Ito. For our numerator is x plus 2. Ito. Okay? So equate natin sa 0. So we are going to transpose or transpose positive 2, so magiging negative 2, or eliminate positive 2 by subtracting 2 in both sides. We will have x is equal to negative 2. Okay? Yan yung ating numerator. Now, let's try naman our denominator. For our denominator is x minus 3 equate to 0. So transpose negative 3 to the other side. So yung negative 3 magiging positive 3, or eliminate negative 3 by adding 3 to both sides. So we will have x is equal to 3. So yan yung ating meaningful numbers, okay, based on our equation, okay, or inequalities, numerator and denominator. Now, we will solve. So paano natin siya solve? So we are going to use the values negative 2 and positive 3. I-evaluate natin siya or papalitan natin ng ating values for x, okay, ng ating meaningful numbers. For, let's test negative 2. If x is negative 2, so lahat ng x ay papalitan. So negative 2 plus 2 is 0, and negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. So we will have 0 over negative 5. So 0 divided by negative 5 is 0. So is it 0? Yung final answer, is it 0 is less than or equal to 0? Is it true or false? Okay, so it is true. Thus, negative 2 is a solution. So true siya. Okay, so our negative 2 is solution. Okay, next, let's test naman for positive 3. So test for positive 3. So yung x, papalitan natin ng 3. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 minus 3 is 0. So we'll have the denominator equal to 0. So 5 divided by 0 is undefined. So if it is undefined, therefore, it is false. So thus, 3 is not a solution. So meron na tayong meaningful numbers which are negative 2 and 3, at na-test na rin natin siya at nalaman natin na only negative 2 is part of the solution. Okay, so we'll now proceed to step 3. Okay, so yan yung result ng ating slide 1, okay, or test step 2 rather. Okay, so now proceed to step 3. We are going to separate the number line into intervals using the numbers found in step 2. So yung mga numbers na nakita natin ay gagawa tayo ng number line. So ano yung mga numbers na nakita natin doon? Those are negative 2 and positive 3. Okay? So gagawa tayo ng number line. So separate natin using the intervals. So we'll have negative 2 and positive 3. So nag-test natin yung negative 2 and positive 3, nalaman natin na negative 2 is part of the solution, therefore shaded circle siya. Okay? While our number 3 or 3 is not part of the solution, therefore 3 is a hollow circle. Ibig sabihin 3 is not part of the solution. So kung titingnan natin yung ating number line, it is divided into 3 intervals or 3 groups. Okay? We have group A, Group B, and C. So lahat yan iti-test natin. So alam natin that in Group A, our x here is less than -2. So ano ba yung mga number na makita dito sa A area? Okay, makikita dito are -2, -3, -4, and -5. Ang lahat ng numbers na yon ay less than -2. Okay? So sa B naman, what are the numbers found in area B? So our area B is our x is greater than -2 but less than 3. Okay? So ano yung makikita dito? We have -1, 0, 1, and 2. Those numbers are, again, greater than -2 but less than 3. Okay? And sa C naman natin, ano yung value ng x natin dyan? Our x there is greater than 3. Kasi yung mga values dito, makikita natin is +4, 5, 6, and so on. So it is greater than 3. Okay? So, ano yung gagawin natin dyan? We are going to test. Okay? Okay? So, we're going to test values for A, B, and C. Okay? So, magte-test tayo, mag-assign tayo number. For letter A, which is x is less than -2, ano yung number na pwede natin gamitin? That is -3. Again, magte-test tayo ng numbers sa area ng A, which is less than -2 dapat. And that is -3. Okay? So, pwede ka rin gumamit ng -4 and -5. Bahala ka. Pero this time, we're going to test -3. Okay? So, ano yung gagawin? Of course, simple lang. We're just going to substitute the values of x by -3. Okay? So, gagamitin pa rin natin yung ating inequality. So, yung x, papalitan mo lang ng -3. So, -3 plus 2 is -1. -3 minus 3 is -6. So, we'll have -1 over -6. That is 0.17, or you could have +1 over 6. Okay? Kasi negative negative divided by negative is positive. So, yung tanong na lang is, yung 0.17 ba, yung 0.17 ba is less than or equal to 0? So yung 0.17 ba, again, is less than or equal to 0? Of course, that is false. Okay? So ibig sabihin, our area A is false. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng numbers sa area A ay hindi part ng solution. Okay? Let's try naman sa area B. Our x should be greater than -2 and less than 3. So for B, we will test 1. Okay? So 1. Nag-try tayo ng number 1. Actually, you can try -1, you can try 0, you can try 2. Pero this time, we will test 1. Kasi 1 then satisfies our condition. Okay? So same process. Papalitan natin yung x ng value ng 1. So we'll have 1 plus 2 will give us 3. And 1 minus 3 will give us -2. So we will have 3 over -2. So 3 divided by -2 will give us -1.5, or you can at ease na 3 over -2. Okay? So yung -1.5 ba is less than 0 or equal to 0? Again, yung -1.5 ba natin is less than or equal to 0? Is it true or false? Okay, so true. So ibig sabihin, yung area natin na B is part of the solution. Okay? So let's test naman for area C. For C, we're going to test 4. Okay? So x is greater than 3, so gagamitin natin is 4. So pwede ka rin gumamit ng 5, 6, and so on. So sa example natin, gagamitin natin yung 4. Okay? So change for the values of x into 4. So we'll have 4 plus 2 will give us 6. 4 minus 1 4 minus 3 is 1. So we'll have 6 over 1. So 6 divided by 1 is 6. So yung 6 ba is less than or equal to 0? So yung 6 ba is less than 0 or equal to 0? Of course, that is false. Okay? So na-test na natin yung A, B, and C at nalaman natin na yung part of the solution lang or yung true doon ay yung letter B. Okay? So ibig sabihin, yung area B lang, okay, na to will be part of the solution. Okay? Ano yung area B natin? Our x there is greater than -2 and less than 3. So, dyan tayo magbe-base ng ating sagot. So, we can have our final answer. Depende sa gagamitin mo, either interval notation or pwede rin yung rooster natin na ginagamit. Okay, so for interval, we will make use of uh, our x is an element of real number such that x is greater than or equal to -2 but less than +3. Okay? So, ito yung interval kanina, yun lang yung gagamitin natin. Okay? But the difference is, so bakit dito meron ng equal sign? Okay? Kung dito kasi is greater than -2. Bakit sa final answer natin merong greater than or equal to -2? Kasi kung na-remember natin, ito, yung -2 natin is true. Tama? Ibig sabihin, -2 is part of the solution at naka-shaded shaded siya. Ibig sabihin, -2 is part of the solution. Therefore, your x could be equal to -2. So, yun yung final answer natin. Again, so bakit may equal to 2? Kasi equal to -2. Kasi -2 is part of our solution. Or we could also have the roster method. So our union is -2 and -2 and 3. And we can have um, open bracket -2 and 3. Okay, so you can have this final answer sa roster natin. Again, so bakit bracket yung ginamit natin? Bracket yung ginamit natin kasi yung -2 is part of the solution. Set 3 is an open parenthesis, bakit close parenthesis, bakit parenthesis? Kasi 3 is not part of the solution. Okay? So pwede mo siyang gamitin ito na as your final answer. Naintindihan? So, ano yung numbers na makita dyan? Mga lang, yung mga natin. Uh, mga numbers na nakita sa step 2. Okay? So, hopefully, naintindihan nyo yan at nakatulong. Okay? Thank you.